This is a hermit, and I just watched a video done by a young lady. I'm not going to try to pronounce your name because I will butcher it, but I will put a link. Anyway, the point of her video was that she was having a dialogue with a friend of hers, and they were going back and forth over whether or not she should be putting her child into daycare. And it was her friend's opinion that this child ought to be in a daycare center so that she could be around other people. Meanwhile, this mom, even though this child is only 18 months, has decided that she is going to homeschool this child and that the child will not be in daycare. Not going to get into the whole socialization argument, which is what her friend was using, and as that children need to be around other children to learn how to interact, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it just reminded me of some conversations from my early days of homeschooling my kids. And so basically what I want to say is that, in my opinion, her friend's argument had a motive to it. And when people are giving you a really hard time about homeschooling, and it's someone who you had been close to, in your life, the motivation usually is that by homeschooling, you're not going to be available to them anymore. In this young mother's case, the child is pretty young. So my guess is that before the young mom had this baby, she was available to this person. And so the person is like, oh, well, your baby's almost 18 months old now. Go ahead and put them in childcare, and you can have more time for me again. And that might sound like I'm making up something crazy, but seriously, I have had people with less tact just straight out say to me, for instance, my old Taekwondo instructor, yes, I know Taekwondo. My old Taekwondo instructor said to me after I homeschooled my kids for 1 year, he said, okay, you did good job, put kids back in school and come work, at the dojo. I quit. I quit Taekwondo shortly after that because he felt that because I was of great use to him and because um, that he was more important, or that he should be more important than my children's education, and that I needed to put my kids back in school so I could work more at the dojo. And he wasn't even paying me. He just wanted my services, and so thought I should stop homeschooling. He wasn't the only person to say something wackadoo like that to me. But so my point is, and I'm not saying these people are intentional, and I'm not saying that these people are malicious in any way. I'm just saying that when someone's pushing like that, there's a motivation that even they may not realize. And it could certainly be out of love. It could certainly be out of, caring and giving a darn. But reasons that we are passionate about often have a selfish place that they come from. So, as people push you to put your kids back in school and ask you when you're going to be done homeschooling and all of this and that, you need to look at your previous relationship with them and say, oh, well, maybe they're missing our old relationship, because in homeschooling, your relationship is going to change. Your relationship with a lot of people is going to change, and your relationship with your children are going to take first precedence. And that's going to threaten people, and that's going to annoy people, and people are going to want that to change. But guess what? Your first priority should be your children. Your relationship to other people should be less important to your children. And that's just that. So that's all I have to say about that.